Okay. Thank you very much for being with us. As you see, we have a large delegation from the Arab countries, Arab ambassadors. I just finished a very constructive meeting with the President of the Security Council, Her Excellency Lana Nusseibeh, in which I put her in the picture of the latest developments in the occupied Palestinian territory and the dangerous escalation by the Israeli occupying forces and the terrorist settler gangs who have attacked, again, similar to what they did in Huwara, Tormus Aya, North Lebanon, and Sinjil and the adjacent villages, causing havoc, torching 30 houses, torching 60 cars, killing a Palestinian man from Tormus Aya and injuring dozens of Palestinians. This escalation and this situation protected by the current Israeli government and giving a green light to the extremist terrorist settlers to do what they have been doing is something that we all condemn in the strongest possible terms. Our leadership condemns this aggression against our people and the terrorism of the settlers. We came to the Security Council through the President, seeking the Security Council to shoulder its responsibility in the maintenance of international peace and security, to put an end, immediate end, to this aggression against our people, to act on resolutions adopted by the Security Council, particularly Resolution 904, calling for protection to the civilian population. As you remember, Resolution 904 stipulates that weapons from the settlers should be taken away and international temporary presence to be put in place in the occupied territory to protect the civilian population from such terrorist attacks. The other issue that we dealt with is related to accountability. It doesn't make sense that those who are responsible for these crimes to get away with it without the international community saying those who executed these terrorist crimes, those who planned, those who shielded and protected the terrorists should get away from facing accountability and justice. And finally, we dealt with the issue of punishment of the Palestinian people by expanding the illegal enterprise of settlements. We wanted the implementation of Resolution 2334, which will be discussed, the implementation and the report. The second quarterly report will be discussed in the session of the 27th of this month. We wanted all these things to be put in place in order to give assurances and protection to the Palestinian people from this massive aggression from the Israeli occupying authority. And we also discussed, the effort called by, us and a number of members of the Security Council to have consultation by the Security Council so that the President can brief them on the meeting and on the letters that we sent yesterday and the day before and during the weeks before about the situation of our people facing this continuous aggression by the Israeli occupying authorities, and to see that the Security Council to elevate itself to where it should be and to act responsibly and to provide the Palestinian people with protection and to stop the illegal settlements as the call in Resolution 2334 is reflected. Let me just say a few things in Arabic and then I will give my colleagues, especially the President of the Council, to say what she wants to say. التقينا اليوم بناء على تعليمات من القيادة الفلسطينية من السيد الرئيس محمود عباس مع سعادة السفيرة لانا نسيبة رئيسة مجلس الأمن لهذا الشهر، ووضعناها بصورة الجرائم المرتكبة ضد الشعب الفلسطيني والعمليات الإرهابية من قبل عصابات المستوطنين محميين من قبل سلطة الاحتلال، كما وقع في بلدة تربس عيا واللبن الشمالي وسنجل والقرى المحيطة بهم، والتي ذهب ضحيتها شهيداً من بلدة ترمس عيا، والعشرات من الجرحى على أيدي عصابات المستوطنين الإرهابيين. وتم حرق 30 بيتاً و60 سيارة في عمل أثار الرعب والهلع في قلوب وعقول الأطفال والنساء والسكان المدنيين لهذه البلدات. وطالبنا مجلس الأمن أن يتحمل مسؤولية في هذا الشأن، لأنه هو الجهة المعنية بحفظ السلم والأمن الدوليين، وطالبنا بتنفيذ قراراته، في المقدمة منها قرار 904 الذي يوفر الحماية للسكان المدنيين تحت الاحتلال لحين إنهاء الاحتلال. ذلك القرار الذي طالب بسحب السلاح من المستوطنين، ليس تسليحهم وبناء ميليشيات إرهابية تتصرف وفق ما تشاء ضد الشعب الفلسطيني. وكذلك يدعو القرار إلى توفير تواجد دولي مؤقت إلى حين إنهاء الاحتلال الإسرائيلي. وطلبنا بالمساءلة، وأن الذين خططوا ونفذوا هذه الأعمال الإرهابية ضد السكان المدنيين أن يتم ملاحقتهم وأن يواجهوا المحاكم والعدالة والمحاسبة على هذه الجرائم. كما طالبنا بتنفيذ قرار 2334 من ضمن عدة قرارات المتعلق بالاستيطان ووقف الاستيطان الغير قانوني، وتنفيذ هذا القرار في كافة عناصره. كذلك اتفقنا على أن تدعو مجموعة من الدول من ضمنهم دولة الإمارات مشكورة ودول أخرى أعضاء في مجلس الأمن إلى جلسة مشاورات مغلقة حول فحوى اللقاء والرسائل التي بعثناها، من أجل أن يتحمل مجلس الأمن مسؤوليته في هذا الشأن، وفي المقدمة منها حماية السكان المدنيين الذين يعيشوا لحظات من الهلع والخوف والترويع، ولكن هذا لا يكسر إرادتهم العظيمة في التصدي للاحتلال وإنجاز إنهاء الاحتلال واستقلال دولة فلسطين. ولا ننسى في هذا الصدد أن كل الهجمات والمحاولات للنيل من الوضع القانوني والتاريخي للمسجد الأقصى الحرم القدسي الشريف، أن كل هذه المحاولات يجب التصدي لها والوقوف ضدها، كما تدعو إلى ذلك قرارات الشرعية الدولية والمحافظة على هذا الوضع في القدس، لأن القدس برمتها المسجد الأقصى الحرم القدسي الشريف بال144 دنم مربع هي ملك خالص للمسلمين ليمارسوا شعائرهم الدينية فيها وفق ما تنص عليه التفاهمات المتعلقة بالوضع القانوني والتاريخي للمسجد الأقصى الحرم القدسي الشريف والأماكن المسيحية والإسلامية في تلك المدينة. نشكركم على تواجدكم معنا، ونبعث من هنا تحية اعتزاز وفخر وتضامن مع الشعب الفلسطيني العظيم الصامد على أرض وطنه، والذي يكافح بشكل أعزل ضد هذه آلة الحرب العاتية الإسرائيلية، لأنه مصمم على إنهاء الاحتلال وأن يعيش بكرامة وحرية في وطننا، وطن الآباء والأجداد، وطننا في دولة فلسطين وعاصمتها القدس الشريف. لانا تفضلي.
Just a few words from me, just to confirm, as His Excellency Ambassador Mansour Riyad has said, the Palestinian ambassador and the delegation came to see the presidency to update us of the recent developments and escalations in the occupied Palestinian territory, which the UAE in its national capacity has also condemned strongly. building on the Council's work in February and the presidential statement that was adopted, I think we have a very clear framework in terms of expectations from the Council to continue to be updated of these worrying developments, to continue to call for de-escalation and dialogue between the parties and with the support of the international community, and to call for the end of settlement activity and the expansion of settlement activity. This is the position of the Council as expressed in the presidential statement, but the updates from the ground that the Palestinian ambassador shared with the presidency are, of course, alarming, and in our national capacity we have condemned them, and I think we are looking at different options for Council meetings for the full Council to be appraised of these developments. So just wanted to give you all that update. Thank you very much. James, please.
Yeah. Can I ask the Palestinian ambassador a question? The Security Council members have now received the Secretary General's annual report on children and armed conflict. It finds that Israel was responsible for the death of 42 children in 2022 and Israeli settlers responsible for the death of 1 child. And yet, despite this, the Secretary General saying he's extremely alarmed, once again, Israel is not on the blacklist. What's your reaction?
Thank you for asking me this question. I know that this report was sent, not published yet, to members of the Security Council. But as we all know, if 2 individuals in the United Nations have a copy of a document, then the whole world would have copies of it.
Including James.
Including James, including myself. Although, I don't, claim that I was given from the Secretariat a copy of the report. Nevertheless, I was able to see that. Let me just say that we express our regret for the fact that the Secretary General did not list Israel on the list of countries that meet all of the criteria set by the international community with regard to harming children in armed conflict. I personally believe that the Secretary General made a big mistake in not listing this current Israeli government. This is the most extreme government loaded with fascist elements. If you do not list this government now, when will you list the Israeli government? It's very unfortunate that he selected not to list him. We were hopeful that when he last year said that if they continue with this tradition and this path, I warned them that they will be considered to be listed. They continued on the same path. They killed more children than last year, but yet he did not list them. It is very disappointing to the Palestinian people and to the Palestinian children that he did not list them. Anyone want to say anything other than solidarity? And we are grateful. We thank you very much for being with us, and we thank the media for being with us. We will keep you informed. Thank you.
Thank you.
27.